Sometimes the hardest part of living abroad alone isn't the language or the paperwork, it's the decisions. My 3-year visa in Japan is about to expire, and it's time to put some real thought into it. For me, that date on a piece of paper has sat quietly in the back of my mind, just ticking closer while my life has gone on. I've had work and friends and routines, and then suddenly it's here. It's like right in front of me now. 3 years, it's gone so fast. I've built a life here, painted walls, met kind people, and found peace in just the small things around me. And now I ask myself, what next? And if you're wondering where I am, a friend of mine has bought a block of land not far from where I live, and they're planning on building a house here. So until that point, I'm able to use their shed for my camping storage. But finally, the weekend is here and the van is already packed, so I am going to take off while the weather is perfect. And I think that's what this weekend is going to be all about, stepping away for a moment to really think about the future instead of running away from that looming date which just keeps coming at me. 3 years has literally flown by between buying the house and renovating the house and meeting new people and trying to create a meaningful life here. The days have just disappeared. But that expiry date is forcing me to ask questions to myself that I have been putting off. And I have to say, a lot of people have also been asking me, like, what's next, Chani? Are you staying in Japan forever? And honestly, I wish I had a clear answer to all those questions. Tonight I'm staying at the Wakayama all-field camping ground in Wakayama, not far from home. I didn't want to travel too far this weekend. I just wanted to enjoy the ocean somewhere.
OK ですか。ここが、住み捨て場です。
はい。
はい。で、奥、ウォーターサーバーあるんですけれども、あれも自由に使ってください。で、4口のシンクも全部お湯出ます。
はい。
はい。で、男性のトイレが奥、女性のトイレが手前ですね。で、あと、各トイレの横、シャワー室あります。あと、設営する場所は、青色のネット、
はい。
奥ですね。黒い車があると思うんですけども、あの辺、すべて奥、フリーエリアになっているので、もう自由に設営して、楽しんでいってください。
はい。
はい。
When I think about it, I'm really good at planning so many things, like my trip to Japan, my budget, my camping trips, my meals. But some parts of my life just don't fit into a neat little plan. And I'm at that age where every decision feels a little bit heavier. And it's not just about where I want to live, but it's about how I want to live. The things that are probably weighing the heaviest on me at the moment is that I have 15 more years of work ahead of me, which means, of course, I have to be in the pension planning stage. I've got elderly parents, although they're both healthy and fine, but they're in Australia. I've got adult children who are off living their own lives, but it's also a lot that I have to think about. I didn't have to think about lunch today because I called into Lawson and I've got myself some pretty easy food for this camping trip. I've got the fridge running off the solar, and for lunch I'm just having basically an egg and tuna sandwich and some grapefruit juice. That's enough to just keep me going while I potter around. The wind is quite strong here, but it is going to die down later this afternoon. So I'm going to get everything set up. I won't be lighting a fire until the wind definitely dies down. It's quite chilly, but it's okay in the sun, but I'm definitely going to have to rug up once that sun goes down. When I think of myself getting out like this, having an adventure, I realized how much has changed for me. Japan really gave me the space to breathe again and to rebuild, to start over at an age when a lot of people think their story's already written. And having Millie as my little companion with me here has also been amazing and given me something to really love while I'm here. I'm really excited to show you my new beanie. It is embroidered and it's really good quality. I've been testing it all weekend. Life is journey is my motto, and it's always been my quiet reminder. Life doesn't move in straight lines. We take detours, we get lost, and we start over. A few people have asked for a beanie, so I'm really happy to add this as part of the collection. So, whether you're moving abroad, finding peace, or just getting through a tough week, I hope this beanie will keep you warm and safe and happy. Sometimes when things are going on back home, I feel like I'm being pulled between two directions. Like, part of my heart will always be in Australia. Of course, my family, my friends, memories of raising the kids. But another part of me has also rooted itself here in the house that I've created, the people I've met, and just the quiet rhythm of my new Japanese life. I don't know if I actually belong to one place anymore. Sometimes I think I'm belonging more to the moments and the people and the experiences. And, I guess it's also helping that my two boys are coming over here for Christmas this year. So I'm just so lucky that I'm going to be able to spend that time with them. And I do think that's one of the reasons that I have been so happy while staying in Japan. I mean, I'm so blessed that Australia and Japan is actually quite close, and there's been a lot of great deals on flights. So I've had a never ending supply of family and friends coming over to visit me. I can't even count how many times I've had visitors staying in my house. So that has really helped me not feel so alone here. It has gotten so cold so quickly now that the sun has hidden behind the mountain. And the owner of the campsite walked around and told everyone the sun is going to set at 4:45. So everyone should go down to the waterfront and watch the sunset. So not just me, everyone started walking down en masse from the campsite. And it was actually excellent because I got to meet so many people on this little walk and also sitting there watching the sunset. And I discovered, just like me, there were actually a lot of solo campers and a few women solo campers. This kind of campsite is fabulous in Japan because it really does unite everyone that's staying there together. Now, they also have a bar at 8 o'clock, and the owner said it'd be great if you pop down to the bar. It's a great way to have a chat and meet other people. That's one thing I've found myself doing more and more in Japan is just being open to meeting new people. Something that I don't think I was very open to in Australia, but it's really forced me to get out of my comfort zone since I've been living here and chat to people that I don't know and get to know them.
そうそう
って怖いよね。
珍しい。あんまり人に行かへんのに。
びっくりびっくりほらほら。
どこの国の方ですか？
オーストラリア。
オーストラリア。オーストラリアから和歌山に？
そう、働きに。
働きに。
英語を教えに来て。
ああ、先生ね。
そう
ティーチャー
そう
ね
そう。
オーストラリア行ったことありますけど、すごい綺麗。
そうですか？
行ったよ。タスマニアも行ったことある。猫ちゃんとヨアンちゃんはいないんですか？
いない。
猫ちゃん
欲しいんだけど、ちょっと時間がなくて、
ね、働いてるとね、
散歩する時間がなくて、結構猫ほっとける。
ほっとけるほっとける。けど一緒に旅してはるすごい。
ね、土日旅して。何時ぐらいに出ますか？
わからん。でももう雨降ってでもちょっと散歩させて、もう早いと思います。7時とか8時とかに出ると思います。
When you first move somewhere new, you expect to feel like an outsider, and for a while I certainly did. But then someone smiles at you at the grocery store, or the neighbor leaves you some vegetables, or your friend gives you a little gift, and little by little things change. I have met so many kind people through work, through this channel, and just out and about walking in everyday life. This lovely woman who I met is out here camping with her dog, and she's also camping solo. And we had a quick chat about the weather and how peaceful the spot is and what her travel plans are for the weekend. She's just staying here overnight with her dog in her tent, and she's moving down south towards Shirahama over the coming days. And it was so cool because she's actually camped up right next to me and she'd spotted Millie, so she was having a chat to me about camping with the cat because she also has a cat at home as well. Putting myself out here in this kind of environment just makes it so much easier to connect with other people. The people that I meet don't seem to care that my Japanese isn't native level speaker and it's not perfect. They're really patient with me, and quite often they're just curious and genuinely friendly and want to ask me some questions. And I often want to ask them questions too, like where are you going and how are you camping? And I like to find out what they're doing as well. I've really changed into someone who likes meeting people now.
ちょっとここがね、ムニンってしてる。ふわふわやね。
Thinking back to before I came to Japan, I was certainly at a crossroad. I was wondering if I should quit my job, change jobs, move cities, or take a big leap and move to Japan. And at the time, I didn't know what to do. And I think it was okay not to know. Life isn't always about having it always figured out. It's about giving yourself permission to explore different options. And I always say, you're never too old to start over. You're never too late to make a choice that feels right for your heart. But actually, we're here now, and eventually decisions have to be made. And I have been talking with my workplace, sorting out my finances, and looking at what's realistic for me. And living abroad isn't just a dream, it's also paperwork, budgets, planning for the future. But the truth is, I'm definitely happy here. I have some great coworkers, a stable job, and a life that I've been working really hard to build. So, on that note, it's time to celebrate and have a little drink and check out the bar. The owner of this place is actually awesome. This is a relatively new campsite. It's only been open for a year, and the owner has built everything from scratch by himself, including this awesome bar. And he was talking to me about how he obtained the wood and all of the different things that he's built himself here. He's super friendly, and everyone that came into the bar, I didn't want to film them because it was a little bit too much pressure, but everyone who came into the bar was lovely, and we spent a lot of time just talking about camping, and they had lots of funny stories, and a couple of the people that were here had actually been to Australia, so it was a really nice night. And as I said, I just didn't want to film it because it sort of stops people from talking and relaxing a little bit too much, so I just got a couple of shots of me enjoying the conversation, but I can tell you it was a lovely, lovely evening. But back to the van now, because I have left Millie alone and it's really time to rug up and get ourselves into bed. And on cue, we were woken up by the sound of rain on the roof. I don't know what it is with me and camping, but it certainly does like to rain every time I go camping. And I did know about this rain, so it wasn't a surprise. So before I went to bed, I had actually packed everything that was outside back into the van. So the good thing for me is I don't have any tents or anything outside to get wet. And all I really need to do is just lie in bed, enjoy the pitter-patter of the rain with Millie, relax, and checkout's not till 11. So we're going to have a slow morning, just watching the rain and the water and just relaxing for the day. So back to my story, but I have done a lot of thinking and a lot of weighing up lots of decisions. And of course, I am going to be staying. I wouldn't have been doing all of that renovating of my house if I was just going to throw the towel in. I knew I was going to stay, but there were lots of things I had to think about and what's involved if I stay for another term. So I will be renewing my visa, and Japan just still feels like the place that I need to be right now. It's a place where I can grow, create, and keep learning. It isn't going to be forever. Nothing is forever, but it's the right time and right place for this season of my life. I don't really know what's going to happen in 3 more years or 5 more years, however long that I stay here. But I've learned that it's okay to choose the path that feels right for now. But I'm also not naive in that I know I also need to think ahead for the future as well. For anyone standing at a crossroad, you don't have to have the final answer. You just need to take the step that feels right for you at the moment. It's been really nice to just get away with Millie for this weekend and just reflect on the past 3 years. And for now, I'll be staying in Japan. I am happy at work, I'm surrounded by good people, and I'm building a life that feels calm and real. My visa renewal isn't just another step, it's not an ending, but a continuation. And maybe that's what life is journey really means. We don't arrive, we just keep going, we keep learning, we keep rebuilding, and just enjoying the little moments that happen in between. When I first started this channel, I didn't know where it would actually lead, and I just wanted to document this small piece of my life in Japan. But somehow, through every video and every comment and message, you've actually become part of this story too. So I really want to thank you so much for being here, for watching, for caring, and for sharing this with me. Your support and kindness has really kept me going. So from wherever you're watching from, I hope you're finding your own version of peace and purpose, because life is journey and I'm so glad we get to walk a part of it together. Thanks for spending the weekend with me and Millie. Talk to you next week. See you later. Bye.